friends. Welcome back. We hope the tech gremlins don't come back. I apologize. I don't know why that happened. But things seem to be fixed on my end. I hope they're all fixed for you guys. How are we? Where were we? We were... Oh, Melanie was, flipping through your pieces of information. Well, isn't this just charming? And what, pray tell, is your exact prompt? Oh, you gave her the information with the subroutine on it?
Yeah.
Okay. And she kind of slides through it. This does seem like a thorny problem that you have here. Infestations like that can be such a pain in the butt to get rid of, y'all. However, you are offering something very nice. Why don't you go ahead and roll fast talk persuasion?
Okay. I'm gonna dump 6 luck into this.
Always an important thing to do. That's why y'all have it.
18.
Good.
So very, very good. Very good. Alright. I can get you an individual who might be able to help with your small vomit problem. Now, what's this I hear about looking for people? And she swirls the drink in her other hand. By the way, they're actual granite rocks because they hold the chill longer and, you know, don't pollute the whiskey by adding water to it. But you hear that kind of tinkling sound as it rocks slides around in the cut crystal glass.
Mm-hmm.
The first individual is, well, both these individuals are tied to corpse space.
Lots of corpse come through our town.
Noted. But I have a feeling not too many folks come through in cryo. Duncan McLeod.
Is that name supposed to mean something to me, honey?
I forget how young you are. No. It's tied with folks up in Soligen, mid-level manager. It's gone missing. Most likely abducted, put on ice, and is passed through here at the very least.
Lots of folks pass through Charybdis. But, do you have any other identifying features rather than put on ice?
Sure. Give her a very detailed
description of Adrian
Duncan.
Paul.
Yes.
At least we know who we're talking about. Look, let me find the best picture. Look.
There are so many.
There are so many, but it has to be the best picture. Look, somebody tried to give me a picture of short-haired Adrian Paul once, and I'm like,
No.
Mm, mm-mm.
Though I'm, as I said during our tech gremlin hiccup, I am almost certain the song that is playing right now is A Good Run of Bad Luck by Clint Black.
oh wait, I found corporate McLeod. Here we go.
Wow.
Here we go. This is
Dear.
this is this is this is There we go. Have corporate McLeod.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hi, Duncan. God, I hate that time.
So did everyone
What
else.
is that? What the hell is that?
No, they're just little black and gray squares and interchangeables. I know because
No.
I've seen that time multiple times.
No.
And I lived with people who had that. May have had a very
No.
similar to that. It was the 90s people.
I hate that time. So yeah, there's Duncan, and then someone who went to find him. Last name's going to be familiar. Xavier Moraine.
How is Xavier doing? Are you two back together yet? There's odds, and I want to know if I won the pot.
It's complicated.
What? And she kind of like starts scanning you, and then scanning the other two who are with you.
A little bit of
Muted.
annoyance.
That one does get a response.
There's a little bit of like an exhale of like, oh god, this again.
I'm just like, My reaction is like, oh, trouble in paradise.
I have. She will turn to you, Leo, and say, so do you have an actual date for when they got back together? Because, again, there's some serious money to be made on that book.
I started doing the math in my head. I'm like, all right, if I go back 6 months and a couple of days. No, not even a couple of days. Just almost 6 months on the dot, eh? I'm like, date. It says date here.
Well, you have the original date of when the first start of the game is the first slide in your doc.
Oh.
But then you can add 6 months to that.
About November 19th?
And you see her kind of flick. And the weird thing is, we know that this cigarette is not an actual cigarette, but she keeps flicking it like it is. There's no ash falling off of it. She just keeps doing it. And then you see her kind of gesture with her. She puts the glass down on the small table next to her where she picked up the frozen granite rocks. And you see her gesture with her right hand as if she's typing on something that isn't there. And then you see her just swipe her hand to the left. We'll find out who won that lotto.
The amount of people invested in this relationship is my favorite thing, I have to say.
Now then, why do you think Xavier would be here?
Because he went to try and find Duncan.
I haven't seen him, and he knows to come see me.
Considering everything that's going on, he might not pay everybody a proper visit.
Now that does present a problem. Xavier Moraine coming to my planet without, well... kindness, why, I can't see how Seamus would take that well.
Does the information that you have enough to help with those two other things, or do you need more?
She's gonna try and get a read on Watcher. Which of these two things does he want more? Or more accurately, which of these two people does he want more? Oh, 14.
How do I hide?
That would be deception or fast talk.
Deception or fast talk?
Well, what kind of? How are you trying to hide? I mean, she's using human perception on you, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
There are multiple
see
ways.
Deception.
Huh?
I don't see deception.
Sorry. Wrong. Wrong. Wrong skill. Multiple wonderful Artelsorian games. Many skills have different names.
Yes.
Hashtag not sponsored. But you could use acting, fast talk.
Okay. We'll use fast talk.
Or if you tried to be slightly, are you going to try and seduce her?
Hell no.
That
ride has already been claimed by others present, so no.
True.
And yeah, no.
I mean, you could make an argument for disguise. I
No,
would take it, but it would have a different DC.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to go with persuasion fast talk, and I'll spend 2 luck.
By the way, there are 2 luck from the kindness of chat sitting on the deck, just letting you know.
I think that's going to be for other people. 19.
Ooh, very nice. Very nice. So she does not. She kind of looks at you. Well, since we're such good friends and, my dear close personal friend Leo here, I think we can have an arrangement met. Why don't you have yourselves a little sit and I see about finding some information for you. There's a very nice booth just down over there, and she points to one you can just see on the lower left on the lower level. And, she's pointing with the cigarette. Why don't you all have a seat and I'll see if I can't get you that information that you're looking for.
Certainly. Thank you.
Do you stay or do you go now?
Stay, we might get answers. If we go, we won't.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
So do you make your way to the booth she pointed to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The minute you clear her space, just a plexiglass kind of falls around the whole balcony where she is and opaques out. Like if you put privacy screen on a window or something.
Yeah.
But by the time you make it to that table downstairs, there's a number of waters and actual menus put on the table in front of you. But there is no one present, and the few patrons that are around aren't paying you any attention.
Well, that went better than I thought it would.
I mean, awkward, but seems like it went okay.
We'll find out soon enough. Either we're going to get answers or we're going to get shot.
Well, I respect the clearness of either outcome.
Melanie is very binary.
She'll look at Watcher. It's a betting pool, huh?
Look, I've been around.
Clearly.
Speaking of which, I'm just gonna put my head on a swivel for a short second as he just like looks to make sure that no other X's are in this bar.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll awareness notice.
Roll for checking for your exes.
Well, full of X's, all of them.
All my X's live in Charybdis.
Well, that's not true.
No, but that's a song that should be playing. 16.
I mean, we can always take King George as musical choices. King George is always musically present and should be respected. But with 16, there are none of your romantic entanglements left in this bar.
Left.
In this bar. Yes.
Left.
In this bar.
I like to be clear when I am answering questions from my players. I wouldn't want confusion or misunderstandings. You do notice again that there are like 3 or 4. It's earlier in the afternoon, like 1, 2 o'clock. So there are a couple people in here. 1 or 2 are sitting at tables with, like, you know, a drink, like burger pub food in front of them, and scream sheets, which are like disposable newspaper kind of things, that are not really printed. You can just kind of like sign up for one, and it's very cool. Right, kind of in front of them, there's 1 or 2 people at the bar drinking. One person is standing, you know, is kind of sitting at the bar and talking to one of the android bartenders. Not crying in his beer, but, you know, just fully engaged with the bartender. You will notice with a 16 some not so obvious defenses have been put in place. A lot, you know, what looks like kind of a slightly industrial bar, you very much see, oh, well, that's bulletproof. That's a bulletproof tungsten bar, you know, make a good place to dive behind if somebody started shooting. There's a full blast shield that you see could be dropped around the balcony. You see a bunch of turrets next to a couple of the security cameras. This is not an insecure location. But none of your romantic entanglements are currently in this bar.
Good. That's some good news. So, what do you make of the androids? These are the rejects, apparently Seamus's project.
Mildly concerning.
Especially considering these are the rejects.
Mm.
Slap a bit of armor, put a helmet on them. You couldn't necessarily tell who and what
Yep.
they were.
I think we haven't seen one of those before.
That we know of.
I've got a sneaking suspicion that someone may have already bought a few from Seamus.
Had that feeling too, huh?
Yeah.
So does that drastically make our situation more dangerous here? Or just coincidence?
To be expected. It's just now we have a face to a threat.
All right, since
And that free bit of information is something to definitely take back to the captain.
so, I mean, you two seem to have dealt with her before. Chances that it is the we get information, everyone's happy. Chances that second option comes across.
If we didn't have Leo here, I would say our chances of being shot were about 70, but with Leo being here, it puts it at an even 50-50.
Oh, that's impressive.
So our best chances yet?
I mean, the thing that we are not going to thoroughly mention looks back up, making sure that it's opaque up there. Reason I refer to her as Queen, as in a very tight circle of those who have dealt with her, we refer to her as the Mantis Queen.
No, I can imagine that paints a pretty vivid picture, certainly.
Yes, the men have a tendency to not live.
So one romantic entanglement that you're not a part of, then, so we can cross that one off the list, right?
Yes, I may have poor taste sometimes, but I at least have some sense of self-preservation.
As soon as you say that, I look over at you. I'm like, do you?
Yes, I try and not put myself in a situation that I am not certain I can walk away from.
I mean, you are entangled with her, so is that also?
Different rules, I'm guessing.
Hmm.
It's like, I came here and I left with good intentions. Not everything in Corruptus is all murder, shooting.
No, there's also all the cow shit.
Yeah, no one said anything about the smell. Or how goddamn hot it is.
Yeah, it's good for a number of things. Most of them aren't pleasant. That's Corruptus.
Can I ask all of you to please make me an awareness notice roll? Just because you said you're looking around.
17.
21.
15.
Vantage, you won't notice this. Watcher, this is what you get. The two guys who were in their own booths, who were eating lunch, have both paid their bills and left. The guy who was crying to the bartender has paid his bill and left. There's one still at the bar. Drink is no longer in front of him. And one of the androids is missing.
Ah. Okay. Things have cleared out for an ambush, and one of the androids is most definitely missing. How do we want to play this? The two of you could easily make off to the bathroom and make escape. Leave me here. I can.
Don't forget, you
easily
also
make a
have
run.
Rex.
I'll leave me here with Rex, and the two of us can make a run for the door. Otherwise, I'm thinking I head to the bar, and that way things are at least split.
Are we all armed?
Oh, most certainly.
Yeah.
Just remember, don't shoot first. She will hold that against us.
That was made pretty clear.
Yeah,
I also do not clean, so
don't shoot first.
I'm fine with cleaning. That means we're still alive after, so.
Still, she will hold that against you. So, option A or option B? What are you two feeling?
we could do a little bit of A, a little bit of B. You don't have
Okay.
to stay in the booth. We can both make our way to the bathroom, restroom.
I'll give it 2 beats after you get up. Then I'll head over to the bar.
All right.
And with that, I'll finish off the whiskey and the last little bit I've been savoring. And I look at Watcher Rex, and I mention that I'm heading to the restroom.
All right.
And I get up and
Okay.
go.
Get up. Go.
So the two of you get up to use the restroom. Rex is going to do whatever you tell him. Washer, what are you doing?
I'm telling Rex to stay with the booth is cover.
You're not
And
wrong.
Then pretty much just as they're getting out of sight, that's when I'll get up and head over to the bar.
So you walk over towards the bar. Just as you make it to the bar, the opaqueness of the shield around Melanie's balcony fades. And she is now leaning over the balcony, and she's got the jacket on. And she rests one hand on the edge of the balcony and one fist, and she's looking down. And she goes, sorry. Apparently, someone is putting in an alternating bid. I do apologize.
We'll at least get a name.
You know I don't do that.
Never hurts to ask.
I did promise, but because y'all are so nice and useful, I promise not to shoot you in the back here.
Melanie,
Mm.
I have a better bid.
Ooh, auction time. Well, what is your better bid, darling?
I'll tell you the names, individuals, and histories, the people that are undermining your planet and putting it as a direct threat to both the corporation and Guy in space.
Really?
Yeah,
You're gonna have to roll either persuasion, fast talk, or, you know.
I'm going to roll persuasion fast talk. I'd like to use the 2 luck that's in the pool along with my last 2 bits of luck.
Cool. Yay.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, good.
That's a
21.
21. That is very good. Well, you know, darling, you officially moved this up the chain of command, as it were. Your 2 friends might want to come back from the bathroom. We're gonna go see Seamus. And she will take the cigarette that she's been playing with and flicks it off the balcony, as if you were throwing one out. I need all 3 of you to make a stun save.
Okay.
She said you were going to go see Seamus. She never said you were, and she promised not to shoot you in the back. She didn't say you were going to be conscious when you saw Seamus.
So that's body.
Yeah, do they roll? Nope, they do not have auto. Okay, so what you need is, yes, body, you roll a d10 and you roll under your body score.
Okay.
Okay.
That seems doable.
I'm out.
I am at the body.
Okay, so you fail. You have to roll underneath.
Okay.
So, Watcher, you were watching her, and you just see her flick. The camera will see this moment of her flicking the cigarette off the balcony, and that trail of it as it lands, and the flash grenade, and the smoke billow out. Watcher is down. Lightning, you're down. Leo, you are still up. And there is an android behind you. Just kind of looming.
I don't suppose I could just walk this one. Blindfold. Can I at least get another drink?
All right, darling, I promise you another drink. You hear kind of come from downstairs now. And she walks over to the bar. And she reaches behind the bar, pulls out a bottle and a glass, pours it, smiles at you, and hands it to you.
I am just gonna preemptively sit down, and I'll I'll look at Melanie. I'm like, I'm bottoms up, and this time I do take it all in one, and I hand the android the glass before whatever happens.
It will knock you the fuck out, but it does not taste anywhere near as good as the drink you just had. You feel that burn of alcohol. It's a lot closer to rat gut. I mean, I guess she wasn't going to waste the good whiskey drugging you.
Yeah, that's valid. I wasn't gonna taste it anyways. That was just, it's like taking the fireball shot. You don't do it for the enjoyment.
Sorry, I have a visceral reaction to that drink. Look, the only thing in my personal opinion, the only thing worse than fireball is screwball. Both of those things should never have been made.
Valid.
in my personal opinion. But we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to meet Seamus.
Cool.
I'm sure everything will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Spicy.
This is great. This is
All right. We'll be right back, everybody. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We hope you're refreshed, stretched, ready for this wonderful, wonderful moment. Wonderful moment of interesting conversation. You have the three of you will awaken. Seated, fully dressed, comfortable, in a white with blue LED runners along the base wall room. There is a table, just a basic kind of square white table, again blue LEDs running along in between along the rim of the edge of the table. There are 6 chairs in this room. The 4 of you are, so it's going to be 2 at either end of the table, and then 2 on the sides. All 4 of you are at one end of the table. There's the seat at the end of the table is empty for the moment, and Melanie is seated to the right of that empty chair, and Seamus's second is standing behind the chair, leaning up against the wall.
Miss when people would just use the damn bag.
Sugar, we know exactly how you can do everything you can do when you had that. If you tried that nowadays, it doesn't work. You know that.
Depends on what bag you're using. But then again, you guys prefer more flashy tech than what I'm accustomed to. I was having to make a statement.
Are you feeling all right there, Sugar? We can get you some, pain meds if you want them.
I walked off an orbital strike. I'll be fine.
I'd love to hear more about that. Hey, Leo, what did you think of our dear friend here, Watcher, walking off an orbital strike?
I mean, impressive at least. I only got off with a scratch or 2.
Oh, that is impressive. What do you think? And she turns and speaks to the second, but doesn't address him by name. If you see him, and you look at him, you realize there is no way for this person to make any appearance on any, those of you who've lived on Earth sphere, you know that there's no way that this person could move in Earth sphere space. The augmentation is just too obvious, bioengineering as well as physical augmentation. He's got the fur and the ears and, just the slightest movement where you can see that there are obviously extended canines in his mouth. If you look at his hands, there's just that slight augmentation that looks like claws. He cannot pass for, in any shape of the word, as anything close to human normal. And he just kind of tilts his head and looks at Watcher, and you feel the weight of his gaze. Assessing, processing. But he doesn't say anything. Oh, he doesn't seem to think that you're lying about that one. Anyone else need any painkillers, as it were?
I'm used to it at this point.
I'm fine.
Then you hear the sounds of footsteps, boots. No spurs, but the heavy tread of Western cut boots. Not mechanical, not steel-toed. There's that slight difference in their sound and the walk, the way the heel makes contact. A gap in the wall behind you, the empty chair opens. Darkness behind, but walking into this lit space. Man. 6'4", 6'5". Broad shoulders. Slightly longer but shaggy cut dark curls. Slightly Gallic looking face. Dark eyes. Kind of dark salt and pepper beard and mustache. Dressed simply. Really kind of simply. Walks in, takes a seat, and begins looking at all of you. Glances at Melanie, who at this point is kind of straightened up. Isn't really shifted, and it's more a sense of attention rather than actually adjusting her posture too much, if that makes sense. She still appears to be slouched and relaxed, but now she's paying more attention. There's a certain deference in her manner. Those of you who have met her before have never seen her act like that. The second, however, has come over and is now standing right to the left, above the left shoulder of the individual who's seated in the chair, and is now actively scanning for threats. I am letting you know that this particular, that Seamus II is now firmly on duty as a guard and is actively scanning at all points. And the figure turns and glances at Melanie. She nods. Well then, introductions appear to be in order. This is, There's this brief pause, and she kind of smirks. Emperor is Seamus. There's the pause, as you can kind of tell, a slight joke. For those of you who want to see, he will now be in your document right above Melanie. For those of you playing at home, picture a very young Kieran Hines in BBC's Ivanhoe. He doesn't say anything. He just kind of waits. And then she proceeds to go, watch a Leo, Lightning, and a Rex. Who, by the way, which of the four of you has ended up seated right to the left of Seamus? Because you woke up in these chairs and you didn't get a chance to move, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to tell me where you would have been, where you're sitting.
I don't care if I'm seated next to Seamus if anybody doesn't have any strong feelings.
I have a feeling, Leo, you are sitting next to Melanie.
Okay, I'm down with that.
I'm here for it. So, Melanie, Leo, then there's who's at the other end of the table, and then the two on the...
So, Lightning, do you also want to be near Melanie, or no?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay, just because it's a very telling setting. I have a feeling that yeah, we'll have Watcher sitting next to Seamus.
So Watcher sitting next to Seamus. So it's Watcher's across from Melanie, Vantage is across from Leo, and then Rex at the other end? Or.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Cool. Like we're. Cool, 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 cool. I cannot do Kieran Hines' voice, but just picture that in your head.
Okay.
I cannot drop to that register without electronic assistance. You made a counteroffer.
Oh, yes. You and your plans are in terrible, terrible danger.
Frequently are.
Danger you're not accustomed to. Tell me, Seamus. Do you enjoy mythology?
Depends on the myth.
Again, Charybdis is a great myth of a great sea monster paired with another, later on attributed to being a child of Poseidon and Gaia. Great beast that was given respect.
Scylla.
The two together. The original rock in the hard place.
Breaker of ships.
Mm-hmm. But there are nastier things than breakers of ships, rocks in hard places. Things that even gods fear. And there are 4 of them. And I'm certain they're using you, your technology, and will happily and thoroughly sacrifice this planet.
He just waits.
Watcher's a call sign.
He nods.
It's not my name. It's not my name. Adam is not my name. I am death, and my 3 brothers are what you have to face. Famine, pestilence, and war. I called an orbital strike on my location because it was the only thing I could think of that would inconvenience one of my brothers. I didn't realize he was gotten as strong as he is now. As he walked up, got to a mech, and flew away. I tried to walk away from that old life, and they were spread to the 4 winds last I saw them, but now they are back together. War has plans. Plans that will involve sacrificing your planet. I can give you the names they're working under now. I can tell you what their faces look like. I can give you their movements, motivations, psychological profile. But that comes at a price.
What do you want?
since we were so rudely knocked unconscious, and hospitality has been less than desirable, looking over at Melanie.
She just shrugs at you like, what you gonna do?
You are not talking with Watcher anymore. You're talking with death. I want certain things. One, what was previously agreed upon before rudely interrupted? I want Duncan MacLeod. I want Xavier Moraine. I want a solution to the technological threat. And I want that in total. But in order for me to give you the thing that will save you, your skin, your plans, your empire, I want the name of those who made you the counteroffer. I want their locations. And I want a pound of her flesh.
He raises an eyebrow at the last one. Which her are you referring to, sir?
And eyes just lock with his and then move towards Melanie's. One doesn't cross death. An example.
While this conversation is ongoing, ladies, we're just gonna let Rex do what Rex does. What are the two of you doing as Watcher goes? Very different personality.
Leo is sitting there listening to these negotiations being made. I'm listening to a Watcher who's always been kind of moody. Turn into this a different persona. Even more of a different persona than he usually is. And she's not outwardly really reacting to this all. She does like raise an eyebrow when he mentions the last thing also. But I'm curious to see how far this is gonna. Seamus is gonna let this go. But she's just sitting there, fairly calmly, listening into the negotiation being made, but also like taking stock of Vantage, because I know Vantage was already uncomfortable with the situation beforehand. I cannot imagine what they're feeling right now.
Vantage, what are you up to?
I think initially she is a little surprised by like kind of like Watcher's like turn for this negotiation, but if anyone is like looking at her, there's like a moment where she kind of like starts piecing things together and under her breath, like more to herself. Oh, you're like him too, huh? And she's kind of dispassionate about the whole thing. Like she just wants to get out of here, and if you can get us out, it'll be good. but there's a little bit of like coldness coming out from Vantage at this moment. Like the second this negotiation started, like her arms are crossed. She's just kind of just looking at Watcher. You would know this. It's kind of, there's someone who knows this look. It's Xavier would know this look. It's kind of the look she's giving you.
It's a look Watcher may have seen you give Xavier in the last week? Or sometime in the last 6 months?
Yes. It's the look whenever someone tries to, like... when she realizes something, like, is, like... someone is, like, deceiving her a little bit. Even if it's, like, you know... fictionally, it's not, like, personal, but she grew up in a family. She does not like that sort of thing at all. So, like, that concern is turned into kind of, like, just tight-lipped.
Seamus will turn and look at you. He hasn't stopped. He's been evaluating you the whole time. And he turns his head and kind of evaluates the others. And raises his left hand. And in a moment, in a flash, the second is gone from his shoulder and is now standing behind Melanie and has moved her, like, grabbed her around the shoulders and with a hand against the back of her head, as if just one moment could snap her neck. And holding that motion, he steps backwards into the wall that was behind him, but it slides open just in that second, and the second and Melanie disappear. We'll come back to that last particular option on your counter offer. So, the rider of the white horse wishes for a couple peons. Huh.
You can see the board, Seamus, but you don't know what the pieces are.
You're holding a lot of cards. And I have always been of the opinion that those who claim that playing chess is more important don't always understand certain things. You, I think, don't suffer from this problem, but some do. I don't play chess. I play poker. Much better understanding of the man, the game, the world. You're holding a lot of cards there, sir. Your hand is good. You're not. But are you bluffing? He's going to try and roll human perception against you.
Okay.
To see if you're lying. Because, you know, it's what he does.
Oh, I'll relent. I'm not lying.
Yeah, but I need him to know if he believes that.
Fair enough.
Because intimidation is also technically a form of lying.
Oh, little old me. Nothing to be afraid of.
Damn.
I think he knows.
Yes, he does. He knows. And then you feel that weight of evaluation, then you see a subtle shift in his entire posture. And a smile, like an actual smile, not a smirk, not not like have that shark smile like I got one over on you, but an actual smile of enjoyment breaks into his face. You, sir, would be a mighty fine poker player. We'll have to play a game sometime, but not now. I've made some discreet inquiries while you were... Oh. And he snaps a finger over his head. 3 figures moving in perfect concert come into the room. Their choreography is flawless. They wear, each of them, the livery of a very fine dining establishment, full tails, high collars. Picture the footmen in Downton Abbey. Perfectly coiffed hair. Stylish. Each of them. One, they're all male presenting. One white, one black, and one Hispanic. Dark-skinned Hispanic. In perfect synchronization, they put down plates, full service, glasses are placed, they disappear. A couple seconds later, dinner is presented to each of you. Very fine. Look, you're on Charybdis. The dinner is steak. It smells wonderful. It looks perfect. You've just got that perfect, little perfect filet mignon cooked perfectly with the pats of seasoned herbed butter sitting right in the middle, artfully arranged with perfectly roast potatoes and a very nice bordelaise sauce. And then they come back again a third time and red wine is poured for each of you, and then the 3 of them disappear. Please. I apologize for the last unpleasantness. Melanie takes her protections seriously. I made some discreet inquiries while you were traveling, and I have interesting news. I can get you half of what you want right away. The other half is more complicated. Your little infestation problem, I have a person will be going back with you to take care of that. That's a private negotiation and deal. We'll even give you a discount. The personages that you want, Duncan MacLeod did pass through Charybdis. But he is not currently here, and last I was aware, well, what I've discovered, more accurately, he would say what he discovered, that was the GM messing up, is that he was taken on transport and brought to a planet Hammersmith. And Forge system. I have an address, at least, of where the transportation of the large refrigeration unit was shipped. Moraine is more complicated. He never made it to Charybdis if he was coming here. I have one other small piece in exchange for your very fine cards, sir. Very fine hand. But I have one for you as well. And he gestures with his right hand, and then a message dings on your personal communicator, Watcher.
Let's pull that up.
It's encrypted. Do you wish to encrypt it now?
Yes, I need to know what I'm dealing with.
Mm-hmm. I need you to roll tech for it. And then while this is going to, no, it's electronic warfare, specifically electronic warfare or hacking. One of those two. Electronic warfare or hacking.
They're the same.
Okay.
18.
18. What are the two of you doing? Well, dinner appears. Just, popping back and forth, seeing what everyone's doing.
I am watching with as much rapt attention as Leo can really muster of what's happening between Watcher and Seamus. But pretty much Leo's just going through the motions of preparing for this in dinner, making sure, that the napkin is like nicely placed, that the cutlery is all well, and just waiting for Seamus to take a bite, basically.
Oh, he's.
And if he has, it's just...
Yeah, he would. I mean, it's that kind of pause between. There's that fine line of like talking, but the minute he sends that information to Watcher, he starts eating calmly. He's drinking from the wine. It'd take a second, and then suddenly his second is standing behind him again.
It's like, yeah, just showing the courtesy, making sure he begins the meal, and then I'll begin eating as I'm listening to shop happening. And listening to them, but also like looking at Vantage, because I've seen, the little bit of a shift in demeanor from where we were before. Not outwardly sending any messages, but like am keeping tabs.
Lightning.
I think she's in. I think maybe anyone that was like raised in the level of wealth that she was in would know that she is like she's in full like behave yourself for like going to dinner, something that she's spent most of her life. It's mostly like pleasant, enjoy the food, don't make excessive like pay attention, but don't.
Okay, so roll me social.
All right. What do I have? Where are you? There you are. Wait, no. Yes. No, I lost it. There it is. It's at the very bottom of the page. When I scroll down, it like jumps. There it is. All right. All right. Let's do it. 18.
Perfect manners, perfect etiquette. All of it feels very much like being at one of those fancy corporate dinners that your parents have had multiple times.
It is also definitely different than how she usually like goes about things.
Yes, that shift to youngest child of a wealthy family, not the heir, but everything involved. Watcher. It's a video feed. Vid. It's a security vid from a casino. You can tell, I mean, the craps table, the blackjack, you can... And there's a figure seated at one end of a craps table, holding court. Laughing, joking, occasionally throwing dice, smiling, charming. You see Connor. Then you see someone else walk into frame, reach down, slide his arm around Connor's shoulder, lean in, and that kind of flirtatious smirk. Scar's distinctive. He shaved the beard. The hair's longer. A little curl. He's flirting. But you see Corin. And then he looks up at the camera and winks before he, right as Connor shoots that perfect 7, leans over his shoulder and slightly aggressively, for their where they are, passionately kisses Connor. And then the feed ends.
Watcher takes out a day pad and starts writing. Details, movements, habits. Last conversation.
I can give you one other piece of information, sir.
By all means.
A privately chartered held mech left Loki, made contact with a private vessel of a ill repute. Spent some time. About a week. Or no, it would have been 3 days, because that's the timeline for you guys. So 3 days. And then headed back to Hammersmith. Word is there's a lot of very interesting money changing hands.
Things are about to get very hot. It is a time of opportunity for men like you.
And also possible death and dismemberment. I'm not a fool, sir.
There is a slight menacing smile. Play your cards right and you'll have your empire. You see some of the players in the field, but you don't know what they are. I am going to reveal to you 3 pieces. Watch how they move, and watch who moves against them. And you'll begin to really see the game. Goes back to writing.
So while Watcher is writing, Lightning, you're being the perfect socialite. There's a slight ping on your private server, private channel. You know, just like a message popped in.
She'll try and subtly as she can, like, just get a quick look at it.
Oh, so you're gonna roll stealth or sleight of hand.
Which?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah,
there's stealth.
Oh. Where are you?
Stealth is under non-combat reflexes.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. I will use 2 points of luck with that.
Cool.
19.
Do either... Adam, you're busy writing at the moment. Leo, you said you were watching Lightning, and she is across the table from you, so you could make a perception roll if you wish.
This is also something she did quite a bit during formal. Knowing when to, like, check your phone when you're trying not to look like you're checking your phone.
Let me see, where is that? Awareness notice, I'm assuming?
Awareness notice.
24.
Yeah, you see her attempt to be subtle and look like she's answering something.
I see that, and I'm trying to think of, like, the nicest thing I could do to cause a mild distraction that wouldn't be impolite. I will just, like, miss putting down, like, my fork, and I'll hit, like, the side of my plate a little bit and make that jangle as I am placing it down after I'm, like, done eating. And I'll just, like, do that little clang as I see that. I don't think Vantage is doing anything, like, bad. I think she'd appreciate not being seen in this moment. In my head, I'm like, oh, it's probably rustling.
So, Vantage, you open it. It's a very brief message. 2 lines, 3 words. They've been made. Run. Don't trust anyone. And it's signed with your oldest sister's name.
Hmm. Good. Great.
By the way, it was a mass communication to your entire family.
Oh. Oh, it's the group text. Great.
Yeah, it's a group text.
Good.
The family chat was just updated.
It's the WhatsApp just popping off right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Hold on.
Ooh. This is upsetting. Can I roll this? Can I?
Yeah?
Oh. No.
You're not gonna roll cool?
This is not the roll. No. She was told this wasn't going to happen. So she's...
Oh, so we're not even gonna roll for it.
No. So if I think Chaos would be the first person to see, just like her. Just she looks down, like it's like for like the first few like reading the lines, it's like, quick, just like between like bites, just like and putting like napkin up to her mouth. There's like the usual like quick checking message like darting down. The whole like the cheating on a test look. It's like it's just
It's the I'm not looking at my phone.
Yeah. And then like you just see her like not move.
I'm taking a drink of whatever they gave us. Just taking a small sip, washing down dinner.
It's a very nice red. Cinnamon pairs very well with the steak.
Just rolling it around and drinking it as I'm showing. Obviously, I'm listening in on what's happening with Seamus and Watcher, so I'm not like feigning listening in on them. But I see Vantage's immediate like posture change, and I'm like, and I'm definitely gonna be looking to like catch your eye whenever you do look up to figure out like what's happening, but like that subtle like looking at you over the table while mom and dad are talking, so they don't notice that we're talking, but we're talking.
Yeah, she has that look of like someone getting real bad news and trying to like keep their shit together but not doing a very good job. So there's like a little bit of like kind of like deep, like kind of like between being breathless and taking like deep breaths and just kind of fidgeting and like looking.
And conversation wise, how far is Watcher in his talk with Seamus? Are we still like to this point where
probably
we just
Watcher's probably just stopped and has gone back to writing, which is why he didn't notice.
Oh, where's Rex in the seating arrangement?
He's sitting at the other end of the table, so he would be next to you and on your left.
I guess there's a few like in this kind of like panic, but there's like a moment where she just locks eyes with Rex. and then just kind of stares off a little bit.
We'll let Eddie answer that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it's not even like something that maybe that he would necessarily like. She's not looking to like communicate with him, but she's just like she's remembering what he said about this information.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes back to just kind of like, I think she's staring at the glass, just like trying to figure like, okay, what happens?
So, this dinner continues. It's very pleasant. Eating is stopped. Those 3 liveried gentlemen return, clear the table. Small individual chocolate mousses are placed in front of you. Little, very nice cut crystal glassware.
Mm-hmm.
Dessert is had. It's very good. Lightning, your group chat pings again.
Mm-hmm.
And again. Each of your siblings checking in. 1, 2, 3, 4. But only 4.
Okay, she's gonna do like, oh, we're getting toward dessert.
Mm-hmm.
She just like at some point in this like negotiation just puts her hand her hands to her forehead and she just starts crying.
Everybody at the table is going to notice that. That's a little noticeable.
Yeah. Well, I don't think she's not. She's kind of at her end of her rope at this moment with trying to keep this up. There's like certain things that she can keep her stuff together, and this is like that last couple texts.
Seamus will notice this, shift eyes with his second, nod, and then depart through the wall that opens behind him. You are now alone in this space with no obvious doors or windows, just the table and the 4 of you.
So stupid.
I'm going to look over at Watcher. Let's see. You're next to me, right, Watcher?
No, you're across the table.
No, across
Well,
from
you're kitty corner. You're directly across from Vantage, but he was across from Melanie. Melanie never returned after she was dragged out by the second.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Watcher and give him the like You know the look when you're like ready to go? And you're like, it's time to go. I'm over the situation. And it's like, basically wrap it up. We gotta go. If you've got any more bombshells to drop, now's the time.
Looks at you, just looks at the eyes, look around the room. And if you follow the eyes, you notice that there is no windows, there are no doors. We are trapped like rats. He is stone cold. He is not breaking demeanor in any way, shape, or form.
You still receive the look. Whatever your response is to it, I don't really care. You just need to know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, message received, but at the same time, the message back is essentially, I don't get to make the timetable. The people that hold the keys to the cage do.
So, still silence. Rex is concerned, I'm assuming. But he also is a spy and probably would not be also, being very aware of the situation. 3, 4 minutes go by. The wall on the opposite end from you, or from where Seamus came in, but behind Rex, opens. Hallway illuminates.
Goes over the data pad real quick. Make sure all the details are in there. And there are 2 things of importance that if this was filmed, you would see on the data pad. The last page is Corin. He doesn't delight in collateral damage, but it is always part of the plan. And if you cross me, I will find you. And I will take my time. I think we're ready to go.
Rex is probably out the door and leading by this point because he is concerned. Security is a concern. There are lots of concerns he's having. Probably. I'm gonna not judge because Eddie's gonna tell us. The hallway is long. It's nondescript. Stone and white. You come to the end. It's a door that opens. It's a shed and a big ass empty field.
Is the field stable? Looks like it could hold a dropship.
Yes.
Delaney?
Oh, hi, y'all. I was waiting on you. Are y'all okay now? Y'all took a long time.
Try and follow the coordinates from this signal. We need pickup.
All right. right, sure. Where are you at? Oh. Oh. Well, I'll be there in a few minutes, y'all. It's gonna take a minute. I gotta start up the engines, and I'm gonna have to be. You know, it's. I'll be right there. You just hold on. Don't get trampled by anything. Bye.
Bye.
Cool.
As a just like a temp holder, to what I'm assuming Rex would deal with the situation because this is not Leo's thing. But since Rex isn't here, someone has to do it.
Rex is concerned about everyone's safety, so he's
yeah,
focused.
exactly. So I'll go over to Vantage, and I'm assuming you're still.
Yeah, to be fair, she is. It is maybe not the point. Rex knows not to. Would probably know not to. She is giving off like the energy of like, if you speak to me, I will like lose it right now, at you.
Mm-hmm. So I'll just go over to Vantage, and I'll just be in your proximity.
Mm-hmm.
Because dealing with people who are crying is the most uncomfortable thing Leo could possibly do.
It is.
Like some people like don't understand how to deal with someone who is crying. Leo really doesn't understand what to do in this situation. She just knows she's supposed to do something here. What? So I'm gonna be like, well, I'm here. With her like body language is like, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
If you need something to talk or just a physical comfort, I don't know, but I'm here. I got you. Is the energy Leo is giving you, and also probably giving her space from Watcher.
Yeah.
The bird, you can hear the descent of the ship not long after.
As soon as we can get on.
Yeah, I think once after a little bit, like the walk was maybe something that cleared her head, like from the immediate shock. But I think she holds up the shows Chaos the message thing, because I think it's like I think she realizes now that this looks weird. Like she just broke down crying, so it's just like she doesn't necessarily have like the energy right now to explain like verbally, but she'll show the text message.
And when I'll take a very sharp breath when I read it. But Calyx doesn't really want to say or do anything until we're on our property. So you'll definitely notice the reaction to the message, and like put a pin in that, because we're gonna talk about it in. And as soon as we hear the bird coming down, and as soon as we can get on,
Yep.
Calyx is fucking walking with grace, but with a lot of purpose onto the bird.
You're on the dropship.
As soon as we're in the air, I'm gonna look at Vantage, like, give me a second. I immediately turn my head to Watcher. And I'm like, so this just means nothing to you then? This camaraderie I had assumed we had all come to develop with one another.
There's remorse. But right now, I have to focus. Otherwise, it's not just personal costs. We're talking planets. Entire colonies are down the stake.
Oh, shove it up your ass, Watcher. If you gave a damn, you would have told us about any of this prior to landing here. The first I hear about your family is in front of one of the most powerful people on this planet with our lives at stake. I find out about it after we put Vantage's family and Rex's family at risk.
I was out of the game. I did everything I could to stay out of the game. And now I'm back in it.
You just had it in your back pocket this entire time, willing to put anyone else but yourself in danger until the end was near. It's good to know, Watcher. It's good to know.
Do you have an ace up your sleeve, Leo?
Can you say that again? Sorry. Didn't hear
Do
you.
you have an ace up your sleeve, Leo? Because I was running out of cards.
No. But if I did have an ace up my card, do you know who would know about it, Watcher? Rex, Lightning, Watcher. They would be the ones who would know. Why? Because you are the team I walk in and I risk my life with. Every single time we leave that damn ship. They would know because I care about you. We are a team. At least, I thought we were.
Watcher actually just looks over at Rex. Sometimes the burden of secrets is meant to be kept to keep people safe.
You're so full of it, Watcher.
That's where we're gonna end for tonight. Look, that was the perfect line. I had to stop there. We're gonna let and see what Pope has to say back when we come back. In 2 weeks.
I'm excited to see what Rex has to say about all
God
this.
damn! Like, I'm so
Rex
ready.
doesn't know anything. Hey, you wanna know what else? Rex is not in your family group chat.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Otherwise, but like, who's this person on the group chat that no one talks about?
Who the fuck is this Rex person? Who is that?
Yeah.
Unidentified Dino has entered the chat.
Is this an uncle? Who is this? Who is this person?
who's
Now, I
second
will
removed?
also say, I rolled for all of them, and I did not roll for Xavier because he's in a different place altogether. He also didn't answer the group chat, but that's not really a surprise.
I mean,
He's got some other stuff going.
I mean, he's prepared at least.
Yeah.
As-
So how we
not who I'm
doing?
worried
How we
about.
feeling?
Good.
That was as nerve-wracking as I believed it was going to be going into it.
Yeah.
You didn't get into a fight.
No.
We got into a different fight.
Yeah, I
There
was
will be
gonna
a
say, we
different
got in a
fight.
fight.
There will be a different
Yeah,
fight.
there's a different
this
fight
might be
coming
a
up.
worse fight. I don't know.
Well, we're gonna go around, let everybody say all their wonderful things. I'll do myself last, do all the spiel and stuff. But we're gonna go in reverse order, so we're gonna start with Lynn. Hey Lynn, how you doing?
God.
Share some love
Good.
and you know, just share some love.
God, yeah. Ooh, God, the just I love just Kayla's giving it to Watcher. That was good. That was very good. Oh boy. Ah, thanks everyone. This was rad. This was great. Everything is so complicated between this group. It's so nice because I'm usually the one that's like the people, you know, I'm usually the one that's like, I don't get to be on this side of that like that side of things.
I mean, you're not the
And
one
it's
this
kinda cool.
time who was
I'm-
hiding a relationship with a demon.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like I'm not the one that like is like secret's got to be kept. I don't care about your feelings on this thing, and it's cool. I like it. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thanks. Woo.
So where can we find you? All that good stuff.
Hey, I'm Lynn, Gremlin art pretty much everywhere where you can find my art and what I'm playing. And next time you'll see me is actually Wednesday for Hexcrawl Spy Game campaign where we me and Pope play part of a group of spies. And if you want someone that is maybe the polar opposite headspace wise as Vantage, you can see that I am the person that is like maybe your fiance does need to die. I'm not too sure. That sort of thing. But yeah, we're not quite out of the woods yet. We're in the middle of a our flight has not gone as it's gone about as well as much as we planned, but it's still not safe. That's on Follow Black Cats on Wednesday.
All right. Yes, and follow that is violent shenaniganry. Next up is PB. Hey PB, how you doing? Share some love.
Hi. I definitely, obviously, Watcher, that was an amazing, like, not only the reveal was that just like chef's kiss, but like the entire shift in persona from Watcher to Death. 10 out of 10, love that. But also Lynn, for just going there, allowing your character to go there. A lot of the times, because, you know, we're playing the heroes and blah, 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 or whatever, it's like we're not really prone to showing a lot of like more vulnerable emotions in character. And just to have you in this situation, this very tense situation between Seamus and Watcher, to just allow your character to go there, beautiful, amazing. I love that. And yeah, that was great. I also am not accustomed to playing a character who berates another character for it's a secret and blah 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 blah. So it's really interesting to be on this side of the thing. I had to write it down because like I was like, I need to capture this feeling right now so I can lay into a Watcher, so I have all my points in order. Because I'm like, oh, and also because like last session I completely forgot this was like Anime the game, and so this time around I'm like, I need remember Anime, and I'm like, oh, anime trope, we're a family, we all gotta trust each other. I'm like, right now, here's the time. Oh man. And
Welcome to Gundam.
true.
Yeah, this is like your Pilot Gundam, God help you.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. I'm PB. You can find me at PB Plays Inside on most things. I probably actually, for the first time in a while, I probably will be streaming on Monday. Because it is actually my birthday on Monday. So I'll probably be streaming with some friends and hanging out and stuff. So if you want to catch me, feel free to drop by at twitch.tv/PB Plays Inside.
Well, do catch that, because that should be a lot of fun. Lots of fun. And last, but certainly not least, hey Pope, how are you doing? Share some love.
Hey everybody, Pope here. Pope World Bill on Twitter, Pope World Bill on Twitch. I lurk in all your screams. And yeah, there was a lot of internal screaming. This was internal scream the session. As it was just like, because at the end of last session it was just like, this is not going to be enough to get what we want. something's going to go haywire, something's going to go sideways, and the last card has to get played.
Hey, full disclosure, it would have been enough except you all asked for extras.
But no, it was like I've got one last card to play. Oh, got one extra, but that is very much I have to break out the bolt cutters to get to that one. Yeah, this was very intense. This was rough, but it was a great ride. I have to give it, like, Lynn, just having that quiet tension building and building and building, just gave me the level of guilt to work off, to just having to just bunker down, because they're really two different people. Watcher cares, Death does not. Death really doesn't give a damn. Watcher gives all of it. But he's not here right now. And having that to just like pull at the heartstrings was amazing, especially that the timing of that breakdown, like, just fantastic. And then the PB with Leo just calling him out, calling this asshole out on his shit after all this time. It's been needing to happen, and the thing is, in at least my mind, I thought this entire time it was going to be Rex that called him on his shit. The Leo is the thing, like, that was the left cross out of nowhere. Quite seriously, it was completely unexpected, and where Death could reason with Rex, I don't think Death can reason with Leo. So it'll be very interesting to see how everything plays out. So I am thoroughly intrigued and strapped into this ride. And yeah, so we're getting to see a bunch of Watchers past just mess up everything. And definitely tune in next week for the other show, as I think we've left them a very, very fine mess to find themselves eventually in.
Yeah, it'll be real interesting, because I think they're on their way to Hammersmith.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm like thinking, like,
Yeah. There's a number of individuals that are going to be there. One of which, like, two of which knew their presence thereof. There could be more. And all of them are dangerous. All of them, exceptionally so. And another one's headed back that way, who was targeting them for funsies. So yeah, that I have no sympathy, and I am going to enjoy every second. With that being said, again, I want to thank Lynn, PB, Prax, Rex. This has been an immensely enjoyable story, and I'm looking forward to where it's going. Also, I want to say to you, the audience, thank you for being here. We're a live VOD YouTube. A story is nothing without its audience. You're much part of this as we are. So thank you very much for that. If you want to see more of this ridiculous face, you get a number of opportunities throughout the week. Coming up next is Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern over on Laugh Love Lindy. Someone who is tormenting me, and I get to torment them back. It's all love, as I run Innistrad, Fang, and Shadow. So if you love MTG lore, we'd love to have you. If you love seeing a bunch of very chaotic gremlins say yes to a completely twisted DM who just loves to cause mayhem, please come in, as we've just gotten started. So there's a lot to see, a lot of lore happening, and it's a wonderful time. And then Wednesdays, 2 p.m. Eastern, over on Fall of Black Cats. This is either our finale or penultimate episode for the season for the spy game Hexcrawl, as we try and navigate a flight that has been fully depressurized. We don't know how high up we are. We just know this is bad. We're off the coast of Florida. It's going to be a rough time. So see if we land successfully and what our disaster spies get up to, as so many things have happened. They need to catch a breath. And then on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, over on Critical Misses. If you enjoyed this level of feels, come join us for some superhero feels with masks, advanced studies. Our university age heroes have had a good cry over too many chicken McNuggets and some McFlurries, as their pasts have come back to bite some of them, and a ton of terrible things have happened. And now they've had a little bit of a pep talk, and they are going to confront their pasts and presents all at once, possibly futures. Time is weird. And then be back here Saturday for the other side of this at 8 p.m. Eastern. Till next time, folks, take care, and take care of one another.
Well, indeed, indeed, indeed. Check out all of these fine, fabulous people. Check them out on Twitter. Their links are in chat. As for me, hey y'all, you know me. I'm at Deirdre on Twitter, or PraxyWorthEsme4. You see me around here on Twitch. Thank you for hanging out with us. If you've missed any of the rest of this, you can check out the VOD. It's up on YouTube. All of them are going up on YouTube. You will be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, for Witcher Roads Home. The chaos, the shenaniganry, the dead coming back to life, people dating vampires, the possible murder of an entire household of nobles in Beauclair. Oh, and an unconscious possible magic user. Oh, so many things going on. Everything's fine for them. And then next we'll probably be back here Tuesday. And then next Saturday, we will be back with the other side at 8 p.m. Eastern for Corporate Raiders to see what they're going to get up to. I mean, hashtag co-captain's ship. I mean, that's the answer. Hashtag co-captain's ship. But thank you all for being here. You have been a wonderful, wonderful group. I apologize again for those small technical difficulties earlier. But we're going to say goodnight and goodbye for now. Bye, everybody.